Welcome to Lights, Camera, Objection. We are a troupe of amateur voice actors who are here to bring you fully voiced playthroughs of Capcom's Ace Attorney games. If this is your first experience with the Ace Attorney series, we have a no spoilers policy to ensure that first-timers have the unfiltered experience. No killers or other major surprises will be revealed ahead of time. So let's meet the cast and find out who they'll be voicing in the fifth turnabout. When I give your name, please introduce yourself with your pronouns and tell us who you'll be playing in Episode 5, Rise from the Ashes. Co-pilot Koko.
Objection! Rising from the ashes, it's co-pilot Koko. Pronouns are he, him, and I'm playing Phoenix Wright.
That's right. All right, Voice Flower.
Hi, I'm Voice Flower. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Skye.
Dusk.
Hi, I'm Dusk, they, them, and I'm playing Miles Edgeworth, and just Miles Edgeworth this time?
Probably.
Miles Edgeworth.
All right, WriterofBlocks.
I want to get off this ride. I've been stuck here for hours. No, sorry. I'm WriterofBlocks. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing Lana, Skye, and Angel Starr if she pops up, but I don't think she will.
I don't think she will. Nyard.
Hi, I'm Nyard. I'm voicing Mike Meekins and Damon Gant, and my pronouns are he and him.
And I'm Sir Syzer. My pronouns are he and him, and I'll be voicing the judge and Detective Gumshoe. So, without further ado, court is now in session for Lights, Camera, Objection! All right.
All right, so did I.
Coolio.
All right. Gonna move on to the final day of the final trial of the first game, Rise from the Ashes. February 25th, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
This is the defendant lobby, all right. But there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if...
Let's see who this is. Something's been happening behind the scenes. Who's saying that?
Something's been happening behind the scenes.
Edgeworth!
Knowing you, you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 7777777 ID number is, that is.
Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out.
You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything.
True. Not yet.
In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, right. And Chief Prosecutor Skye will be found guilty.
But she didn't do it!
I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say.
This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her.
The truth.
Everything goes back to the SL9 incident.
Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past.
That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened.
I'll think about it. See you in court, Wright.
This is it. If I'm ever gonna find out what if I'm ever gonna find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now.
Now or never.
District Court, Courtroom Number 9.
Number 9.
Sorry.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make.
This motherfucker again.
Chief Gant.
Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, Aji, been back to the pool yet?
No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work.
Ha! That's a good one. Don't think I can top that.
If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours?
Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court.
She wants to do what?
Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble.
Yeah, right.
What's this all about, defendant?
I'd just like to make one simple request, and I'll be finished.
Well then, what's your request?
Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial.
Huh?
I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office.
No! Lana! You can't! Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on. Objection! You can't! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's appeal.
In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services.
But Lana!
Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please.
Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears that there's no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise.
This can't be happening.
It appears for the time up for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant...
Objection! One moment, Your Honor.
Yes.
Mr. Edgeworth?
The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature.
Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you. But why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, hmm?
I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes.
Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy.
What a dick.
I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness.
Ayo?
Oh? To whom?
As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request that the court hears her testimony.
Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue.
I don't care what you think, Miss Skye.
God damn.
The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it.
Very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant?
Worthy. You'll live to regret this. Mark my words.
Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand.
I get that, the right of due process and everything, but this guy is sussy as fuck. Charge him on the spot.
Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins.
No, Emma.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is Emma Skye. My occupation? I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator.
2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct?
Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant?
Yes, it most certainly is.
Well, okay then.
He sure gave in fast.
There's a double standard in this court, dude.
Please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago.
The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial.
Let's go.
I face up, I hold up, I reach out to the truth. I'm sorry.
We have
Vibin' now toes in the chat.
All right, wrong game
game.
series. Let's get it.
2 years ago.
I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me. But I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest.
I think that's the contradiction right there.
Yeah, I was about to say, wasn't he stabbed in the back?
He sure was.
It's a good thing you weren't harmed.
I passed out. I don't remember much.
That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder?
That will soon become apparent, Your Honor.
You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Pot calling the kettle black, Phoenix. Let's be real.
Yeah.
It's fucking Byakuya Togami ass.
For a second, I thought you were about to present your badge, and I was just like, "Ayo!"
Yeah,
at the time.
Yep. Stab in the back.
Yep. Okay.
Let's go for it. Immediate.
Yep.
Wait, where does it say back? Oh yeah, there it is. Right, sorry, tied from the back. So go back. Make sure to go to the statement that it actually contradicts, though.
Eat, 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 eat.
I'm ready.
Oh, I gotta go all the way over. Okay.
That would mean that Joe Dark didn't kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe not.
Objection! This
Wait,
evidence
it does.
clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor.
But it does. That's bullshit.
How exactly are the evidence and the statement just now related?
They aren't! Are they?
I think we just have to press it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Maybe there. Yeah, I was about to say maybe there's additional.
this is one
information
of
that-
those Ace Attorney-isms.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Extremely.
Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations.
I
We
think
did,
we did
damn
it.
it!
I don't think that won me any points with the judge. In fact, I think I lost some.
2 of them, to be exact.
Yeah.
G, more like curmudgeonly.
Eh.
Hold it!
That was terrible.
That must
Sorry.
have been a real shock.
Even now, when I close my eyes, I can still see it just as clearly.
Tell us, what were you doing at that moment? I believe you testified that Joe Dark was holding you hostage.
When lightning struck and the lights went out, Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. I was thrown aside, and the two began wrestling each other. I'm pretty sure I was watching them.
Emma doesn't have any reason to lie. But Lana sure does. I need to get Emma to tell me as much about this as she can.
Okay, so maybe they're just
that's
asking
why.
us to press a bunch.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Press the whole thing.
Hold it! 2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct?
Yes, she was second in command under then Deputy Chief of Police, Gant. My sister, she was the best detective ever.
Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Gant and Miss Skye used to be quite the pair.
I believe they shared the same office.
That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day too.
The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day.
Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work. A man came running in and took me hostage.
Hold it! A man?
Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer.
Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. You were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest.
When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right?
Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic, because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Skye in Gant's office.
there was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. That's when I saw him. Neil Marshall rescued me.
Hold it! What was the prosecutor doing there?
That day, there were two people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Almost forgot about Gant.
Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony.
I assume that would also be why he was the first to run after Dark.
When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead.
And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in?
I don't clearly remember what happened then. But I'll never forget what I saw in that instant.
Hold it! Can you tell us about that?
Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark, and then the lights went out.
The lights?
It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on, and lightning struck nearby.
So the electricity went out.
Wait a minute. It was pitch dark in that room. You shouldn't have been able to see anything, right?
Right, but just then, lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind.
I see.
I told the detective about what I saw then.
The detective?
Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case.
Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim. Hear more. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago.
Yes. That's what's so scary about this trial.
And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw?
Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture.
A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before.
Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough?
Ask about the picture. This picture the witness drew. I believe it has a very important meaning.
Objection. But the list of evidence I was giving 2 years ago didn't contain a picture.
Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony?
Oh, and then he used that to... Sorry.
Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture of that scene once, but it seems to have been lost.
Oh yeah, I forgot
There we go.
I forgot we found it.
Which one is it? It's
It's on the back of a paper. It might be this one.
Check it. Flip it over. Yeah.
Yep.
Or maybe observe it first, just to make sure that
good call.
Phoenix knows.
A picture is drawn on the back of the evidence list in magic marker. I've got a very bad feeling about this. Alright, let's do it. Objection! Mr. Edgeworth, This little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you would insist on denying its existence?
Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture.
That may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold.
This is the evidence list from the SL9 incident.
Please turn it over, Your Honor.
Turn it over? Turn it... what's this?
Yes, what is that?
Turn it, you fools!
Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew. Her boots are so cute.
Yeah.
Indeed, two men appear to be wrestling here.
Objection! What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list?
Only I get to pull out bullshit evidence, not you. Sorry.
Me?
Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list.
These lists, they're different from each other.
What?
It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other.
So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case was ever... Oh. Only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you.
What? What?
Order! Order! But Miss Skye, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list?
Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor.
Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor.
Are you all right, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head.
If the evidence list was torn in half, there might be some more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list.
Yes, that's quite conceivable. Mr. Edgeworth?
It's possible. Let's see.
He is molding!
Is something wrong?
Do you even have to ask?
Also, please let me know if my interruptions get annoying. I just took my meds, so...
Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing.
What?
I forgot about this!
That thing! That thing that was dancing in the evidence room!
Clearly, this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives.
I guess he was out of scrap paper.
Evidence list. List of evidence in the SL9 incident. Half of this list was found in Gant's desk.
Very well. Witness, will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago?
Huh? Yes, sir, Your Honor.
What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. Okay, really quick, I'm just going to use the bathroom. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
All right.
The testimony in the meantime.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we could. There's no reason not to.
This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant.
Oh, and then we press and then we present the. That's such an Ace Attorney thing. That it's just like it needs to be in the correct order, otherwise.
It is. Yeah, it's happened to me so many times in playing these games where I know I found a contradiction. I know what the game wants me, it just doesn't want it yet.
Yep.
I also want to look at the evidence.
Yeah, it's the complete evidence list. Yeah.
Wow. That is an ominous drawing.
Thanks. Thanks, Gumshoe.
Just the.
It's that thing.
It's a blue badger UFO suspended in above the killer.
Above the killer,
During
it
the
was
lightning flash.
Yeah, outside the window, like hovering there as the shadow of a Shinigami or something.
I think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind.
Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw.
Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Funny definition of clearly.
The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Nyard, when you said that, it looked like that's what Edgeworth was thinking. Just
Yeah,
kinda standing back,
maybe.
tapping his finger, like,
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Could very well be.
Did we already
Just doing
find
the Edgeworth thing.
Did we already find a contradiction, or were we gonna?
Yeah, but let's press. Let's press.
Yeah, I was about to say. I don't think there's any. There's never. I think except for one instance, there's only like no penalty for pressing. So.
yeah.
There's one specific case where you need to press a specific statement or instantly lose, but that's much later.
Hold it! Did you draw the picture right after the incident?
I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first, I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything.
During the time the investigation team was reorganized, Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Skye.
2 or 3 days later. The memories. Oh God. Should still is a hard one. The memory should still have been fresh in her mind.
Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black?
The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows.
Hold it! So at the time you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue?
No. I couldn't see him clearly.
I know where this is going.
Oh no.
The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor.
You were knocked to the floor?
Dark had a tight grip on me, and when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed.
I just want to point out that this dude's head is an onion. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt.
Physically, maybe. Emotionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened after the lightning flashed?
After that, I must have fainted.
Hold it! Oh, my throat. Hold it! You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place?
No, I'm sorry.
Objection! The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further?
What?
Edgeworth has a
Hey,
soft spot.
I'm not the bad guy here.
Edgeworth getting him back.
Yep.
Anyway, this picture. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant.
Hold it! Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw?
Of course! This is the exact scene.
It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives?
Objection! Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright?
No, of course not. Yes. I'd better watch out, or he might find some way to cut my salary.
I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives. So I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me.
Even though you didn't see who it was, but you're sure who it was because other people told you.
Mr. Wright!
Wow, way to mansplain.
Well, that's what's happening.
JK.
Is there something that's bothering you about this picture?
Huh? Oh, well. That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind. And yet, there's clearly a contradiction here.
And now that's when we...
This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted.
I don't think this is the one we have to object to.
No, I'm just looking at the evidence.
Oh.
See, like, she really didn't see Joe Dark do the thing.
Yeah, no.
She
Yeah.
saw a man. She saw one person with his with their hand raised, wielding something,
Yeah.
and the other person kneeling down,
Shit.
Uh-oh.
under duress.
Dum, 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 ba, dum, ba, dum.
So the new evidence that we've got is like these 5 items, right? Oh, and
Yeah.
this thing too.
Oh, can we look at the picture now that the lists are combined?
Yeah, we did.
Oh. Okay, yeah, so one really doesn't have much to do with the other,
Or
Okay.
does it?
as far as we know. Wait, when was the Blue Badger invented?
Yeah.
After this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it should have been.
Yeah, that's like yeah. You're right. You're right. How would he?
Gumshoe.
Have gotten
I
this?
think it's insinuated that Gumshoe doodled on the back of the paper.
I
Right.
don't think that's right. I don't think that's possible though. How would Gumshoe have gotten this evidence if Edgeworth's
No,
had it this entire time?
I think it's what they were insinuating was that that Chief Gant did it.
Chief Gant drew the Blue Badger?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Oh, jeez, I'm not sure anymore.
That-
We need to press. Have we pressed every statement?
Yes.
I think so,
Yeah.
yes. So yeah, I think we need to present the autopsy
So-
report at the...
Wait.
Yeah, this Yeah, so here's where I think we present.
And we want to present this?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can try
Here
it.
we go. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Objection! I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction.
What? But I still remember it just like it was yesterday.
Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be simply faster if you pointed out this contradiction for us? What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report?
Is it right here, we think, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'd say so.
Or maybe the oh, sorry, I accidentally pressed it. No. Oh, well, I guess that was right, though.
Let's see. I think it's this part here.
I don't see what's so strange about that.
That's because the drawing stinks.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Mr. Wright, how could you?
Oh no, what have we done?
The act of making an innocent girl cry should warrant the death penalty.
Okay.
Golly.
I guess he means I shouldn't shift the blame to others.
Yes, well, so long as the defense has learned his lesson.
And I'll learn not to click so quick.
I'd better take another look at that autopsy report in this picture.
Hold on.
Dang it.
I think it's got to be the knife.
Yeah, because that's a very specific shape she drew there, a strong like rectangle. That's not what a knife looks like.
Mr.
No,
Wright,
I don't. You go ahead.
perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report?
Maybe the weapon. Like the... Yeah.
Okay.
Take that! The contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. If you look closely, you can see the tip is broken.
Oh.
Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright.
But, Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too.
If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body.
It was the conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer.
I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma.
Objection. And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem?
It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken.
Ah! What's the meaning of this?
Objection. Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand.
Objection! Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible.
Objection, speculation. That's an actual thing you're supposed to object to.
Yeah. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there.
That's right. But what does this mean?
Objection. The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is that the witness's memory is mistaken.
Objection! That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time. But she was sure she remembered correctly.
But there was no other way to explain this inconsistency.
Objection! Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About a little something called falsified evidence?
You're treading on thin ice, right?
All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility.
Order! 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 Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted?
Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that Please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a lie.
I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife.
If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife.
What are the chances of there being two broken knives?
It's a police department.
Another broken knife beside Joe. Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's. Could there have been one? There is another one. If the witness is this adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it can't just be explained away by a simple observational error.
Mr. Wright,
In that instance, Emma really did see a broken knife.
I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife? If so, please feel free to enlighten us.
The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon. The real murder weapon for the SL9 incident? Oh, yeah, no, you're right, Syzer.
Okay, we ready to present this?
You have to be right. If you're not right, this is kangaroo court.
Yeah.
stab.
Take that! The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture. This is a picture of the award. Oh.
This is the picture of the award ceremony. Ah!
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's the broken murder weapon.
Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall is holding.
That's a broken knife.
As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood from this award.
Actually, not what I was thinking, but hey, I'm glad I picked that anyway.
Yeah, same. I was on your wavelength, Syzer. I thought it was the armor.
The lance.
Yeah.
But it turns out that's
Yeah.
Order! Order! Order!
Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation.
Objection! But that can't be.
Oh? And why not, Mr. Edgeworth?
Because if the King's Prosecutor's award knife was the murder weapon, then the murderer and the victim would be reversed.
What do you mean?
I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Oh. Oh!
Called it.
Not necessarily.
But the prosecutor was the one who actually died.
That's true. What is going on here?
It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions.
Someone says, hold it. Who is it?
Wait, I remember now. I remember everything.
Witness?
Mr. Edgeworth,
What is it?
could you show me your evidence list again, please?
Whose list? The one with that picture scribbled on the back?
I knew it. This picture. I'm the one who drew it.
What?
You drew that?
That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture.
Really?
What was the badger doing there?
All this time I've been trying so hard to forget.
I would try to.
I must have locked this part away deep inside me.
Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Would you please tell us what you recalled, Miss Skye?
Yes, Your Honor.
First the knife mix-up, and now the blue badger? This should be interesting.
When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then, there was another flash of light, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow.
Oh my god.
He was floating there.
This is certainly most unusual.
Objection! Try impossible. The Chief of Detectives hadn't even designed him until this year.
That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago.
Yes, well, the defense may now have their cross at... What?
Stop! Please! Don't pursue this any further!
Lana!
What's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair.
But you can't do this! I've already confessed to the crime! Why can't you just leave it at that?
Chief Prosecutor Skye. We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back.
Silence! The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant.
It seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter.
Righty. You just want to press everything again?
Yeah.
Hang on, this is just the same.
No, this is new testimony.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
you're right, sorry.
Okay. When you say that man, I assume you refer to Joe Dark?
Yes, at least I think it was him.
You think?
All I could really see were shadows.
The power outage that immediately preceded the incident is also documented in the prosecutor's office reports.
So then you...
I panicked and rushed towards both of them.
Hold it! Why would you do something so dangerous?
What else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall.
She seems convinced that Dark was the one holding the knife. But as we...
But sorry. She theorized it was Dark was the one holding the knife. But as we've just theorized, Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife.
Well, I didn't know that at the time. When that dark guy knocked me down, all I could think was, I've got to help that other person. I think I knocked away the man with the knife.
Hold it! What do you mean, you think?
It all happened so fast, and I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. What I did, it's all kind of a blur.
Miss Skye was almost killed before she was witness to a murder about to take place. With so much happening in a matter of seconds, a little disorientation is only natural.
I saw the man about to stab the other person who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with the knife.
What you did was very brave, young girl. So then, what happened next?
Just then there was another flash of light, and that's when I saw the blue badger.
Hold it! Are you sure about this?
Of course, see? I even drew a picture of him here.
But it was the chief of detectives who thought of this hideous beast. And that was just this year. The blue badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable.
I know it sounds strange. I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him before somewhere. Now I finally remember.
Oh, brother. Just when you thought that thing had caused enough commotion.
Plus, where in the room did you see him dancing?
He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow.
Hold it! His shadow? So you mean you didn't actually see his face with its winning smile and all?
That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns.
Objection! This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken.
That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did.
Oh? And I suppose you have an explanation. And so, then by all means, tell us what this shadow really was.
Oh god. What was it Emma saw when that lightning flashed?
I know what it is, I think.
Who is this blue badger, really?
What do you think it is?
I just might know.
Who you?
Okay.
Yeah, pretty sure I know too.
It's like the only thing we haven't used yet. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, yeah.
The blue badger hadn't even been dreamt up when Emma saw this picture. When Emma drew this picture.
This is like some
She saw its shadow.
This is like some Call of Cthulhu shit. Emma dreamed the blue badger and carved
Into
it into
existence.
reality.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
god.
God. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on that fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the blue badger. Something that is now sitting in this very room.
And is it in the room with us now?
In this room? Very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that the witness saw in that instant? Please show us this mysterious blue badger look-alike.
Bam.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
We ready?
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This fucking weird thing.
Take that! The mysterious blue badger was in fact this.
But that's... what exactly is that?
I believe it's some sort of jar.
But Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like the blue badger.
Indeed, it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint?
Our viewpoint?
I've got to show them the correct angle to look at this jar from. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Yeah, no, that was
Wait,
almost
wait.
it.
Put the small part of the handle,
wait,
the
wait,
broken handle, put it at the top.
Oh, we're almost
Spatial thinking, everybody!
Can
there.
you?
Rotate it towards the front. Like...
Yep, there you go. And now angle the back upwards.
I'm just
Other way
imagining
around.
this happening in court.
Oppositely.
Let's
Oh,
try
like make the bottom kind of go
Yeah, so the
up, pointing towards
No,
the...
no, no, no. No!
Wait,
Opposite.
Do that, but flip it
Scroll
180
down.
degrees.
Okay, I'm slowing down.
No, scroll down. I'm saying you have to make that thing there is the top. Okay, so this thing is the top. That thing
Okay.
is definitely going to be the top.
And then adjust.
We want to make it, hang on.
The other way around.
Other way. Push it the other way.
So
Rotate.
the two things on the
Yes,
side.
yes, you're
There
getting
you go.
closer. Almost,
Yeah.
almost. Yeah, more like this.
I'm
Yes.
like
just
that.
imagining this happening in court.
Or from the base, or from. You could also flip it so the flip it 180 degrees in the Z direction,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be pretty much
Just
good?
rotate it horizontally.
It's
Rotate
the
it
same.
horizontally.
It's the same. Well, we can present that, and if it doesn't work, then
Nah, that doesn't. Yeah, no, that because she didn't see a little bumpy at the bottom.
Exactly. So rotate this 180 degrees horizontally.
Wow. Okay, just a moment.
Syzer's like,
that?
what?
No, that's not horizontally. That's vertical.
Okay.
but well,
There's
it is
three
true that,
axes.
It is true that she saw.
Sorry. Damn it. I pressed. Which is right next to my
When I say
rotate button, by the
horizontally,
way.
I mean like literally like as if objection. Allow me to remind the defense its case hinges on the witness's drawing. If Mr. Wright can't match the shape the witness drew, we cannot accept this claim.
Oh God. Yeah.
Maybe I should rotate it vertically a bit more? Or horizontally? Oh my god.
Something.
Phoenix.
Come on, Mr.
Thanks,
Wright,
Phoenix.
you can do it.
Gambete, Mr. Wright.
Oh
Okay, well, we don't get penalized for...
Oh, damn it. Okay, so we want those two, the horns need to be facing front.
Yeah, just a second. Okay.
Whee!
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And now the
Oh,
top
oh,
of the...
Wait, go back.
Yeah.
Nope.
You went a little too far. You went a little too far.
Scroll it back.
Yep, there you go.
There. Now go push down just a little.
Just there.
There.
Exactly.
There.
Yes.
This is it.
Okay. Before we press, does anyone know the terms from aviation? Pitch, yaw, and roll.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
I don't either. I was just thinking we could instruct
That would
Syzer
have
better
been
with
so
those
much.
terms.
That would have been so helpful
Okay.
because
Was it
our
not
terminology
clear
is
what I
not.
meant when I said rotate horizontally? What does that mean besides taking it and then? I
don't know. I
Sitting
don't
in
know.
Front of you. Like I'm treating this as if it's sitting in front of me on the DS screen. To rotate it horizontally would mean to like imagine you're gripping it and then you pull your hand from one side to the other like backwards, like and rotate it like that.
You know,
Firmly grasp it.
I think about it differently. I would have said rotate it around the y-axis.
No, rotating around the y-axis would be rotating it vertically.
No?
I'm just trying to
Oh wait,
do
no,
what you
I see
guys
what you
tell
mean. No,
me
wait,
to
never
do.
mind.
In a three-dimensional coordinate
You know,
system.
We
you
got
are
there
correct.
at the
Nope,
end.
you're
It's
correct.
okay. It's
You're
okay,
correct. I got you.
Syzer.
Okay, we did it.
All
But yeah.
right.
Anyway.
Phoenix Wright, ace rotator.
Rotate this. I hope we never have to rotate anything ever again after.
Okay.
We probably
Oh,
won't
we
for,
will.
for a few more games. We won't have to. All right, let's present.
True. Take that!
We did it.
Well, is this a miracle or what?
It certainly feels like a
Wow. No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the blue badger.
No, it can't be.
It can't be.
Oh my fucking god.
Order! Order!
Edgeworth hates it so much.
The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious blue badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this.
Objection. Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point?
What do you mean?
So that badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything.
Objection! I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything.
Indeed. Very well then. Please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar?
Let's see.
The location, the murder weapon, the murderer. Well, it definitely
Technically
doesn't
all
change
of
the
them.
location.
Is that
Well, it doesn't change the location.
Look, it's got to be the location's not changed because it's got to be in front of that window.
well,
Yep.
no, like, what about Gant? Like, where was the wasn't the vase on like Gant's side though?
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's the opposite side of the room.
And Emma said she was waiting on Lana's side of the room.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So all of these are actually changed.
Well, actually, no. That
Just
would
pick
be
any of them.
Okay. So what do we want to think? The location?
I think so.
I think location this time, yeah.
Okay, let's try it.
I'm
'Cause
gonna be
everything-
honest. I looked this one up. They're all the correct answer. You can pick any of them, and it does not matter.
Oh, you can pick any of them. See, the thing is, I thought
all
it
of them
was-
change.
I thought they were all right, but I didn't think the game would accept all of them.
No, for this
in
one, actually,
moment.
it is.
Wow. Please allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar.
At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright.
Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar?
Where?
The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant.
Objection. But the body was found lying near Lana Skye's desk. The witness testified so herself.
Objection! Yes, and it is these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Skye's office. It happened on the other side of the room, in Chief Gant's office.
Objection! Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gant's office to Lana Skye's office?
Yes.
Why would he do that? There's no reason.
Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason.
Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright?
I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying?
That would had to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more.
Uh-oh.
If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
The suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous-looking sword.
Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall, wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy.
No. Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking.
Yes. There is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room.
Another possibility?
Of course, the perpetrator would have no idea, but nevertheless, I don't know if I can go through with this.
Mr. Wright, what's the matter?
If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Skye knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Uh-oh.
You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? No!
I never imagined her testimony would lead to this.
So it was the witness who took the victim's life. And then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented.
Objection! What are you saying?
I'm sorry, Miss Skye, but given the circumstances...
Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her?
Imagine that coming from you.
That's cold.
If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it?
I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, then I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall?
Evidence?
I'm willing to bet you don't.
Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence.
If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony.
I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead.
We certainly can't get dead people to testify. This has all been a wild goose chase.
Well,
From the beginning.
Yeah.
Touche, Miss Skye. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility.
You mean there's still another possibility?
Oh, pardon me.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. In one manner or another.
That's impossible.
Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist?
I've got to think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that may have... the real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind is in the evidence.
And I'm pretty sure I know when.
Hell yeah. Well, I say hell yeah,
Oh
but
yeah, this is horrible.
This message from the deceased is already in our possession.
Mr. Wright! Will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer?
Appeal to emotion.
This also would not be murder. This would absolutely be like wrongful death, if anything.
Yeah.
Manslaughter.
Manslaughter.
This wouldn't. I don't think this would even be manslaughter. This is, I think, just straight up wrongful death.
Maybe so. I'll ask my dad about it later.
Yeah, I was about to say, what's the distinction? But anyway, let's continue.
Manslaughter actually manslaughter usually involves like
negligence.
Not necessarily like negligence, but like an actual like act of like. Actually, let me look up the difference. I feel like this is wrongful death. Wrongful death versus manslaughter. What is the difference? Yes. Yeah, okay. Wrongful death occurs when a person's death is caused by the negligence or intentional actions of another party, while manslaughter occurs when a person kills another person without premeditation or intent. This absolutely would be wrongful death. She shoved the... She
assumed she was under attack because she
assumed
almost
she
was.
Yes, and she shoved she shoved who thought she was an attacker into the... away from her, which had resulted in his death. This is wrongful death, not manslaughter.
And even if you tried to get the person on manslaughter, you could probably,
the mitigating circumstances are extreme.
Yeah, self-defense would definitely come into play.
Nope, Emma's going to jail.
Throw the book at her. She's
right now.
done.
No
Let's go.
actual court would convict Emma for this one.
No jury, but there's also no juries in this world, at least not
Yeah.
least yet.
True.
So, anyway,
Yes, I was
All right.
about to say.
Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek. The truth. No matter how painful it may be.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased.
Once again, right here, right?
There's blood on
Yeah.
it.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Take that! This is the message left by the deceased.
This is that blue badger from before, right?
And I did make air quotes when I did that.
Oh, is he going to just speak the killer's name? Sassy.
If that thing could, I'm sure it would.
Don't.
Looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. A message was left here, on the surface of this jar.
What do you mean?
If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar.
It looks like someone wiped the blood away.
Yes, but notice. For some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away.
Yes, there is a line here, drawn in blood.
So what you're saying is that these dots were once lines.
Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to him to leave a. Oh God. He used the few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message.
Once that's one that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions.
Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points. And the victim's message will become apparent.
No!
Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us?
Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal to us the answer. I've got to connect these dots to make letters.
Man, you just gotta love how they try to use every single gimmick of the DS at the time.
Yes.
Yeah, now you
that's-
can use your pen to draw.
Honestly, that's every good DS game. If your DS game doesn't use the touchscreen, the stylus, the microphone, like, come on, what are you doing?
So by that measure, WarioWare is like the best DS
orientation,
game.
the clamshell.
No, the best DS game is absolutely The World Ends With You, which absolutely makes the best use of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
okay.
God, you are... Dusk, you are one of my favorite people now.
I haven't actually played The World Ends With You, mind you, but I definitely wanted to, and I just
Oh
never
my
got a
God.
chance.
I played it.
You were
So
just
good.
demoted again.
Well,
Yeah,
you,
demoted, yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
It-
you can play it
I
on
intended
Switch,
to get it,
but
but
it's
like
not
the reason what happened is I intended to play it on my 3DS, but my 3DS is damaged in such a way that it is no longer able to play DS games, and I do not know why.
Oh, God.
Like attempting to boot any DS game or access the camera causes the game to causes the system to crash. I do not know.
No.
Firmware destruction. Okay, well.
3DS games it can play fine. I just
Yeah. Okay, here we go. There's only one thing the victim would have written, given the circumstances. His murderer's name.
yeah, that's pretty
done it.
obviously Emma right there.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I saw when I saw something again, I was like, yeah, that's an E and an M pretty clearly.
And an A, yeah.
How do I
Yep.
do this?
You click.
And drag, I assume. Yep,
Yeah,
there it
we're
is.
playing. We're playing Connect the Dots. It's fine.
Yep.
I don't think you need to drag that one, yeah.
Oh, so you just click it.
Yep.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, the pen was probably better.
Take that! It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence.
That's not actually how that works.
That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma.
So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind.
People. She may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life
Was Emma Skye.
I think that's Damon.
Yeah.
Nyard?
Seaworthy. Can't say I didn't warn you.
Chief Gant.
Do you understand the implications of what you've done?
What? What are you talking about?
2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not? Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction.
What a dick.
Objection! But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable.
I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know? We aren't defenders of justice.
What?
We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery, ultimately the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied.
What's going on in the prosecutor's office?
They might have
sent it.
Sorry. How can he just stand there like it wasn't his fault?
Order! 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 Order!
Both of us tried to cut in at the same time.
Koko.
Yes. The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows.
To be continued.
No one knows,
To be continued.
but we will know.
Well, we do technically still have an hour. I don't know that this next section is going to take that long.
Well, it's up to y'all.
I definitely think we should bathroom break beforehand, but yeah, I'd be down to continue.
Yeah.
Me too.
If everybody, I want to say this. I think everyone should just check to make sure they have about 2 hours free, because that's what it might take.
Yep,
Yep.
Honestly,
I do.
I want to finish this one.
Okay.
This is big, and
I'm down.
we're on this big thing, and I want to stay here in the long haul. But first, bathroom break.
Yes.
Voice, are you still
Yeah.
available?
I should be available for another hour.
Okay.
If
A little
I'm looking
more,
at
maybe, but
I'm looking at an
probably
LP.
not 2 hours. But
Okay.
need be, I can take over Emma.
Okay, I'm looking at an LP right now.
I'd rather not do that.
That's fair.
That's fine. I'm looking at an LP right now, and where we're at, there's only like an hour left
Okay.
in the
Okay.
LP.
Okay, but the LP might be knowing what it does, you know.
That's true.
And we might get stuck on some random shit. So if we only
Let's
have an
grab
hour
some
left...
water. I'll be right back.
That's the
and
back
we'll
end.
talk about it.
We'll decide once everybody returns.
Okay. But it did sound like voice wouldn't be able to, so yeah. Okay. Bathroom break.
Who's left? I'm still here. Just me, huh? Okay, I'm gonna, just for everybody in chat, hey, how you doing today? We are, finally come to the end of this case. It's pretty exciting. Welcome back. So, I want to give a shout out to at least one other Twitch streamer. Currently, they are making... They're a craft streamer called Clockwork Dungeons, and they are currently working on minis for the TTRPG that I'm developing, Skies of Fortune. So they if you want to check out some airship minis being put together, definitely check out Clockwork Dungeons. It's a very chill, relaxing stream. And currently we're planning for me to come on stream on the 11th to talk about the game and kind of view the progress that Clock is making on everything that he's putting together. I'm very excited about it. Should be a good time. That'll be, as I said, in the evening of July 11th. Dusk, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good. I'm here.
You're here indeed. Oh boy.
Sorry, my bathroom is literally like right outside my room.
Yeah, that works. Same for me. It works very well. So let's see. I'm curious. Have there been any FF16 promotions in 14?
Not yet.
You assume there will be eventually. I know that Lightning was in the game for like a special event or something like that once.
Yes, Noctis was as well for a 15 promotion, so I'm willing to bet there's going to be a 16 promotion at some point. Especially because, again, the people who made 16 are literally like people from 14.
Yoshi P, right? That's the name of that's the nickname
and
of the producer.
the head writer too was the head writer for Heavensward, and I think also did some of Stormblood.
Okay. Now, I know that they got really into Game of Thrones and the whole like medieval political intrigue angle for 16. I've got my copy. I haven't started playing it yet, but I will be eventually here. I've been playing Final Fantasy games since, the SNES days. So, first one I played was Final Fantasy VI, followed by Final Fantasy IV. The only three that were available to us at that time were 1, 4, and 6, which were labeled 1, 2, and 3 on the cart, just because we hadn't been given 2, 3, and 5 at the time. Which is why they seemingly skipped 3 games and went right to 7 afterwards. So it was very confusing for us. Not so confusing anymore. Or for anyone who went out and bought the Final Fantasy, 1 through 6 collection. But just know that we were confused little boys and girls and NBs back in the day. Goodness, I'm going to miss having you play Edgeworth so much, Dusk. It's always been a pleasure to hear you do this voice. You're going to have some opportunities to do some other voices in the upcoming game.
And hey, once we hit the final, Edgeworth shows up in every single Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney game. And only doesn't appear in of the stuff made after the initial trilogy. He still appears in games 5 and 6, I believe.
Definitely game 6. I'm not sure about game 5.
He does show up. I've played game 5. He does show up in his traditional prosecutor for the last case role.
Oh, okay. Was that the
that's where Glasses Edgeworth is from.
Oh yeah, that's true. Now that I think about it. But I think in the DLC case, Simon Blackquill is still the prosecutor.
Well, yeah, but that's different. That's a DLC case, and it doesn't count.
That is a really weird case too.
But it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wasn't that with the Orca?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've honestly heard nothing good about that case. I never did it.
Oh, I played it. I think I liked it.
I think I've got an idea of how we're going to do a few things in that case. I've already thought about it a little bit. I think.
Oh, that's way in the future, though.
It's way in the future. That's game 5. We're still on game 1. Though it's going to take us much less time to get through games 2 and 3, I feel.
Yeah. Also, maybe we can work some magic and get on a decent pace where we at least do it like every couple of weeks.
We might be able to.
Let's pray to the scheduling gods.
Yeah. Right now, I know we're not going to be able to do any more shows in July, because we've already determined that. But August, we'll wait and see what happens.
That's part of why I want us to like finish this one up, is because we aren't going to get any more in July, and I want us to like start a new one, and not just like out of nowhere do the last bit. I want us to actually start a new one.
Yeah. I agree. Would be good. Oh boy. So the next part of the case is going to have us going head to head. We can probably guess who it's going to be with, right? We don't have to. It's not a spoiler to say that we're going to be having Gant take the stand. Maybe.
Sure.
I think Lana might be there too. We'll see. I can't remember exactly. But of course, the final person to be cross-examined is almost always the real. If it is indeed Damon Gant.
Guilty until proven innocent. Other way around. Innocent until proven guilty.
That's right. At least in the U.S. Is that true in Germany too?
Yes. I would assume it is true in any just legal system.
Yeah. Well, it's not true in Japan, I don't think.
Okay, I'm back.
I think it is true in Japan, but what happens is that they have an extremely high conviction rate because they'll just, make it happen. You know what I mean?
All right. Do we ever everybody?
Yeah, the social status of being a prosecutor in Japan is it's exaggerated here, but like Edgeworth having much more social status than Phoenix Wright is actually kind of realistic there.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Whew. All right, writers and voice, are you back? Writers. We'll wait another minute here.
But we can talk to Voice already because Voice announced that she wouldn't have too much time left.
I would like to do it right, where we give everybody all the time that they need. Dusk, I understand where you're coming from, but I would like to send this case off right.
Okay.
And
that's fair.
Yeah, true.
So I would be happy to continue this another time. We're gonna wait till Wright. Okay, so Writers is back.
I'm back.
She just popped in here.
Hi, writers.
Okay. So anyway, I think we're gonna go ahead and end here, everybody. So
Okay.
Thank you for tuning in to Lights Camera Objection today. If you have found us on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you found us on Twitch, please follow. In any case, we love you all, and we wish you a just and equitable time in any legal system in which you find yourself.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Everybody, Oh, I hear someone on Dusk's mic.
Hang on a minute. Hang on.
All right, let's go ahead and sign off then. Thank you, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
All right, we're stopping.